Hey, motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers. How you guys doing out there? So this is the solo episode. I guess I'm just by myself here. No guests. No friends. No lights on.
What are you doing in my house?
I
Dude,
thought
what the fuck? I told you, stop coming in here on your own.
I was just gonna record a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, dude, come on. Get out of here. We're not even recording today. It's not even Sunday.
Welcome. Yo, you ever make up a song in the melody of another song? Like in the melody of like fucking a whole new world. You're just like, fuck this job.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like,
I hate this place that I work at.
sometimes I'll be like, this guy Ty, he smokes pot. He rolls weed up in a knot. Knick knack, patty whack, give a dog a bone. I don't know if anybody knows the melody I was going for.
If they didn't, they're essa stupid.
Estúpido. Yeah, I do that all the time, making up songs. I'm kind of like a maestro.
I was doing that. I do a lot of weird shit when I'm driving around in the van
by yourself. Your
It's
melodies.
It's only natural, honestly. Like, you're riding around all day by yourself. It's only natural you're gonna do some weird shit, say some crazy shit, think some weird crazy shit.
That's the best when
It happens.
when you identify something strange that you do by yourself, and then you tell other people about it, and they're like, "Yeah, I do that too." It's a good validating feeling.
I feel like a lot of the shit we do on our own by ourselves, a lot of people do. Everybody's scared to mention it.
That's why I have to mention it, because it lets me know that I'm more normal.
Yeah.
You know, it's like bashful people will fuck that up for you though, because like you'll be trying to relate to them on that, and if they're like, "Oh no," then it's gonna make you feel weird.
No,
you know,
I never do that actually at all.
Yeah.
Actually, I never do that.
I remember I took, like, not to be talking about acid every single fucking episode, but
Yeah.
I took some acid and I got like horrible shits the next day. And I just was talking to the guy who I got it from, and I was just like, does this shit make you shit crazy? You know, and it might be an uncomfortable topic for some people to like bring that up, but I just had to know. I was like, did I eat something weird? Was it the drugs? You know, should I expect this in the future? And he was like, yeah, I shit my brains out the next day. Like, so it was actually Q. He validated me that day. And I was just like, see, this is why it's good to bring shit like this up. You know, it's good to bring up these topics, because now I know.
Yeah.
Now I know I'm not the only one.
Nah, I feel you on that. I do a lot of weird shit when I'm driving around. I can't front, because, you know, I'm on the Northway all day. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I sing, I scream, bro. I listen to different shit, watching videos. I fucking sometimes fall asleep.
Do you scream like in anger sometimes? I do. I'll just be like
screaming.
I'll just be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like if I get mad, I'll do that.
Yeah. Oh,
and it's so weird, because it's like, I don't want anyone to ever see me do that, because I like literally throw my head back and I'm like screaming at the top of my lungs like a fucking maniac.
I do it. And then sometimes I see people and I look at them and I'm just still doing it. Fuck it.
You're like looking at them while you're screaming fuck, like somebody in another car. Yeah.
And they're always looking at me like, what is wrong with this guy? And I'm just zooming, screaming.
Do you think it's like, do you think there's like issues with us, or is it that's normal too?
I feel like that's normal. At some point during the day, I feel like everybody just has the urge to just scream. Some people can't though.
Yeah, I'm alone in my van, so
That's what I'm saying. Like all day.
windows are up, radio's on a little bit. Nobody knows the difference.
I can just scream.
Isn't that kind of weird to think about too? Like in traffic, like how many people are like going through that? Like,
Yeah.
when I'm in my car, it's almost like I'm in my own house.
Yep.
It's like,
fact.
even though like it's not anywhere near as private, it still kind of feels like you're in your own space. Like even though there's people all around you, you might as well be in the fucking supermarket. Like that's how many people are around you.
It's like it's like when I get into my van after I know someone else has drove it, it just feels weird. Like, you know, like who's been in here? Who's touched shit? Like, nah, the radio is on. I don't listen to it. Someone's been in. Someone touched the volume. Someone adjust my seat. Like, you could tell the little shit because like that's my sanctuary.
Yeah.
I'm in there every day.
It's like somebody broke into your house and started touching your things.
Right.
Or like you were on an episode of Room Raiders. And you're like, dude, he's going in my underwear drawer. What the hell?
Room Raiders. I forgot about that show.
Yeah, that was a good show. I mean, it wasn't a great show. It's probably a horrible show. It actually introduced it. That was like one of the first things that introduced me to reality television. Was Room Raiders, The Real World,
Date My Mom.
Date My Mom.
Date My Mom was where one guy would go out with the moms of the three girls that he's trying to date.
Yeah.
Through them getting info, he has to make the pick on who, you know.
He gets to pick based off their moms, or do the moms pick? No. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
It'd be like, hi, I'm Michelle, and my daughter Ariana is 21, and this, that, and the third. So now he's on a date with Michelle, and then, you know, it's like, all right, I think I'm gonna go with Ariana, and then now she steps out of the limo, and maybe she's fired. Maybe she's not.
Right. That's a messed up scenario because I can't imagine that there's many mothers that would be like, yeah, I mean, my daughter's not the best looking, but she has a great personality. You know, like they're probably all going to be like, my daughter is beautiful.
Yeah. They all say that their daughter is beautiful. Their daughter's the best. She's this, that, and the third. It's all this amazing shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like somebody's mom is like the least good judge of that person. Or, I mean, maybe they know the truth, but they're just going to put out like a mom filtered version of what they're saying about their kid.
Remember, there was a show where I forget the name of it, but the girl or guy would go on a date with other people, but their boyfriend or girlfriend would be back at their house watching it with their parents.
Yep. That was
I forget the name of it though.
Damn, you're right, man. Like that show must have been fake. I wish somebody will
It had to have been fake.
I hope somebody fucking tells us what it's called, because right now I'm drawing a total blank. But I did watch it, and it was weird because like the spouse that was hanging out with the family watching their significant other go on a date, it seemed like they always hated the family.
Always an asshole.
Of the
Always
person
an asshole
they
or
were
a bitch.
Yeah, it's like the person they were dating, like they just did not respect their mom or dad at all. They were like, "Yeah, you're fat, you're ugly."
Every time,
like the
bro.
worst things you could say to people. Just like, "Yeah, that's why I'm banging your daughter anyway. Like I
Right.
don't have a job, but so what? She still
Right.
loves it."
It's like, dude, you're just saying the craziest shit all the time. Like the girls would always say the craziest shit to the moms, and it's like you guys are just sitting in the house together, like
On the same couch, I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of my house! I'm not doing this show anymore."
yeah, right.
Get the cameras out.
Does that flip like
Get the fucking this bitch off my couch. Fuck you.
right?
That was a weird era in television.
That was like with though that era came with like Next.
Yeah, and I feel like those shows would do well today.
I feel like everybody lives the next life, honestly.
Everyone's just looking at Next.
Everybody's they look at someone, they're with them for a little bit, and then they're like, All right, I'm done.
I
Next.
mean, that's kind of like social media game, right? It's like,
Pretty much.
or Twitter, not Twitter, fucking Tinder. That's like the dating apps. Those are like, that's real world fucking next.
Yeah.
It's like, you have an ugly fucking lip. Next. You have a shitty face. Next.
I don't see any pictures of dogs.
Next. Oh, you're not an intravenous drug user. Next.
Right. You don't listen to only Lil Peep and Lil Uzi Vert. Hey,
Next.
crazy shit. Honestly, though, that it's like certain shit from that back in the day era could fly now, but certain shit definitely couldn't.
Well, yeah, no, I just think they would do good because people are really into shallow shit still. You know,
Yeah.
people still like. I don't know. I'm kind of like aging myself. I know I'm definitely going to sound old, but it's like people are into the Kardashians and shit. Like that's a dated reference at this point, probably. But it's like that TV still does well, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're still going strong. I mean, they pretty much own E.
I don't know how they do well though, because it doesn't seem like a lot of people watch TV though either.
Yeah, not a lot of people actually have like cable TV, but a lot of people have Hulu. A lot of people still have access to like their specific
They got like
show apps, like the station apps.
they'll have like Channel E, the app,
Yeah, like exactly.
so they can watch all their E network
or have
shit.
the the ABC app. I can watch all ABC shit, Dateline, Take a Seat, all that shit.
I've been watching Sopranos.
On HBO?
Yeah, but it's on Hulu now.
I
I don't know why Hulu has access to it, but I hope they get access to more HBO.
You know what they gotta get? You know what they should get? They should get The Wire.
That's HBO?
Wire's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I never watched anything
Season
HBO.
1, it's like this. Season 1 is great. Season 2, my opinion, even better. Season 3 was good. Season 4 and 5 though, whoo, man, it gets fucking nuts. And
Wow.
like the stories that they tell, that's real life Baltimore.
That sounds like weird because like usually by season 4 and 5 it's like slowing down.
Wire, because The Wire did good where they wrapped up the storylines, and it's like you have to wrap them up in a good way. When you wrap them up good and like it's dope, and a lot of people broke like breakout stars from that shit.
I don't know any of the characters because I never watched it, but I know the one black dude. He like wound up. Oh shit!
Look who shows up.
Well, we had just like the longest cold open in history, probably, but.
And I don't want to waste any time with the trivials, but apologize ahead of time. Shit got kind of crazy, and I think you guys, after I'm done explaining, you would have preferred me to come late than in the condition I was in.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. This is like the stuff that I dream about talking about on the podcast.
All right, so you guys just want me to hop right in, or catch me up to speed where you were?
Basically we rambled on.
we were
It was like a cold open what we just did. So yeah, we could just start fresh. Like basically we just did the cold open.
Okay. All right, bet. Fucking woke up this morning just fine, but we gotta backtrack to last night. I wasn't as responsible as we were the week before, how we dropped tabs early. You know what I'm saying?
What, you found more acid?
No, I didn't get more acid. This time was Molly girl.
Molly girl.
You know what I'm saying? I was chilling with that bitch, with my girl, and it was a random 11 o'clock at night, about to go to bed.
God.
And fucking
Damn.
my man's was like, yo, it's time. I had to see my guy. And he just hit me up at a late ass time. And I'm like, fuck, what? I had to do what I got to do business wise. So, I mean, because I came so late, he blessed me with that. You know what I mean? And she was like, let's do it now. And fucking shit was just way stronger than I intended it to be. So, anyway, we stayed up mad late. It wasn't a fucking porn star type thing. We were just talking for hours before I know it, the fucking sun is up, which is what happens when we're dropping tabs too. But what fucked me up is, all right, I got enough sleep to go on. Woke up, texted y'all, hopped in the shower, get on the highway. I'm going up the hill on 90, you know, where exit 4 and 5 are Corporate Woods, and then you get to Everett Road. So by Corporate Woods, I feels like, you know what I'm saying, a little fart is coming, whatever. You know where I'm going with this. That shit fucked my whole gut up, bro. I fucking shit myself. And I had to U-turn, and the car was fucked up, and my clothes were fucked up, and it was just like a baby.
Hold up. Can we have one goddamn week on this show
Where's
nobody shitting or pissing their goddamn pants? If next week somebody shits their pants,
bro.
I don't know.
I was like, I can't do this to them. Y'all gonna be a little bit mad, but I had to.
Jesus.
And the crazy thing is, the shit was so strong. I don't know if it does the same thing to you, but it fucks my stomach up. I just feel nauseated, but it passes, and then you go on your waves when you rolling. And you know, the come down I just still felt the body high in the morning, but my gut was just fucking
wrenched,
rumbling all day. And I'm like, whatever, it's probably just nausea. And then had to bust a fart in the car coming here.
That's
and then
crazy.
It wasn't a fart. And I was like,
we're getting old too.
Getting old because like
I feel like
that holds it was not holding. I was like, yo, driving like people can't see, but I'm swerving. I'm yelling at myself like, oh no, I'm so embarrassed.
Like saying sorry to like, I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry.
Yo, what the fuck?
Shorty don't even know about this yet. Y'all are the first ones. I had to go home and fucking rebathe and change and
That's
shit.
why, and we were mad for a little bit, but you know what? It's hilarious now.
Yeah, hearing that, it's like, wow, Jesus. I'm glad you went and changed. I wouldn't have liked that.
Yeah, I'm saying like, yo, what up, guys? Yeah, I shit myself, but I'm dedicated to the cause. So
bro, honestly, if you came here after you still shitting your pants, it was like, yo, I came straight here. I'd feel like, yo, go the fuck home.
Yeah, get out.
I had to clean up. I had to wipe down the car and shit. Like, shit was not what I wanted it to be.
Yo, it's so funny.
I mean, have you thought about it up until this point, what it might be like as a grown man shitting your pants? Because I have. I'm like, I've come close to shitting my pants, and I'm like, it's gonna be a disaster if I shit my pants.
Yeah. And fucking luckily I was in the car and not say if y'all were like, yo, grab this at Walmart for us. And then I tried to, niggas be busting a fart while they walking in Walmart. And it wasn't a fucking fart. So be careful of those. It wasn't a shart either. It was like a little shart, whatever. We make it work, but nah, B.
That is shart. That's a full-blown shart.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's straight.
Shart is you farted and you shit.
But
you're saying
shit is just a complete shit. That
all
was
right.
Just,
I didn't know there was levels.
It could have been a shart because a shart stop.
Okay.
The straight shit didn't. And when you're trying to cleanse,
so you're saying a shart is when you fart and just a little poo comes out.
Yeah.
Not a full blown shit. I thought I was just equated a shart with like you thought you were gonna fart, but you shit your pants.
Happy Mother's Day, all.
Yeah. Yo, stinky motherfucker. That's crazy.
I had to fucking re-shower. And I had to put my clothes in a plastic bag. It's just chilling in my hallway. Like, I'm like, I don't want to throw these clothes away, but I also don't want to put this in my washer. I'm gonna go to the laundromat, and then I'm like, you're a savage. Just throw this shit out.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to get in detail, but like, did it seep through?
From the boxers to the jeans. And then I was kind of like hovering while this shit like dripping down the leg.
Dude,
so I'm just like,
why'd you ask that question?
You wanted details. So I'm like, listen, I gotta make some sort of redemption or amends with content for being this late. And it wasn't for a shit reason. Like, I just didn't feel like coming, guys. I was on the way and shit my pants.
Yeah. Nobody expected this. Nobody expected it to be this.
And if I just did my Molly earlier in the day, then that could have already happened by maybe 3 a.m. at home. Then I'd be Gucci.
Oh, imagine 3 a.m. Nicole pulls Kiefer in the cuddle. She's like, what the fuck? It's wet in this bed. Ooh, and it stinks.
I would have to come and tell y'all that. I would.
I'm just saying, like, as payback.
And then imagine Kiefer just don't worry about it. Just lay back down. And then she's like, "Nah, let me hit the light." Hey, imagine.
Oh my
turning
God.
the light on and looking and just being covered.
It's a brown mess.
Yeah,
a
my
brown
poor
mess.
car, because it's a closed-in area, so it's just like
You gotta roll the windows.
all the
down.
windows down. Like, it's Gucci. It smells more like weed in the car now because I smoked like 2 blunts. Like I put this shit on cruise control, and while I had my hips up, my legs up, trying not to sit in this shit, I rolled up. So I'm on the highway, like yelling, rolling up, shitting pants.
Yo, you're
Cruise
a different
control.
type of person, bro.
So I had to smoke. I thought the smoke would just settle the stomach. It has been.
It does. It definitely helps, I think. But
it definitely does.
when like I could be like a little bit tired and I'm like, don't want to roll up. Kiefer's driving, has a full blown load of shit in his pants.
Yo, that's
and he figures out how to twist up. So I'm kind of proud of you.
Grinder. I already had shit in the grinder. Like, everything was ready to be rolled.
Oh my God.
now just the act of actually rolling it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Impressive.
Very impressive. Yeah, I mean, that sucks that you shit in your car.
Kiefer's car just smells like the hallways of like the old folks' home.
Or the elevator or some shit.
Just the vagues. The vagues.
Yo, it's so funny. I heard a story. I was listening to another podcast and I heard a story about a guy, and he took a shit in his car, he full blown pulled over, jumped in the back seat and just shit in the back seat.
That's crazy. Why would you do that? That doesn't even seem like a viable option.
And then they're done.
Just on the side of the road and call it a day.
Why in the car?
And wipe with your socks.
Explain for this guy.
I mean, well, it was Bobby Lee.
Oh.
So just start of everything you've known about him.
Yeah, so it was Bobby Lee. He told his story, and then his girls, her and like their maid, I guess, had to clean it up.
Is it this shit with just him, or is it with Santino too?
Nah, he told a story on No One with him and Tiger Belly.
Okay.
But like,
because I'm telling
crazy.
you that Santino shit, not the sidebar, but I listened to this shit with Shorty last night, and we were dying. Like,
funny.
Who he had on?
Dumb funny.
Fuck. Why can't I remember who he had on?
With the one with Eric Griffin.
Nah, this was just recent.
I love Eric Griffin.
My brain is all
He
foggy.
is mad funny.
He's a dude from Workaholics, right?
Yep.
Nah, it wasn't Son from Workaholics. It was him and... Oh, goddamn, I'm not doing the show justice. Fuck, because I seen him. Yeah. Y'all gonna have to give me that one. They were just saying some funny shit last night, like talking about how he's like, how his father broke down boners to him when he was a kid. Santino's saying this. He was, because his father was talking about ED when he was about 14. So he's like, Dad, does your penis still get hard? And he's like, son, you come from good stock. And I just thought that shit was fire. He was quiet for a minute. Yeah. You come from good stock.
That's hilarious.
And he just...
Santino's dumb funny.
Yeah. I really didn't know who he was until Dave. I just thought he was the gay roommate or the nerdy roommate.
His delivery is almost like he's angry, but like super sarcastic.
Oh my fuck. That's him.
The redhead.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters on the show.
Santino, bro, he's dumb funny.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
like him a
listen to
lot.
his- I'm telling you, listen.
Him and Dave
you,
have-
little Dicky, like highlighting some new talent.
That's a fact.
Putting funny people on.
And he's been on, but he's just like been under the radar, kind of same thing like Schultz and a couple people until they blow
He was
up.
on
It's
the
like
show, some Jim Carrey show called Dead to Me. He was on the show Mixology. So he's made his rounds in like some different shows, but this is him getting his comeuppance.
Ooh.
I respect it. Dude is funny as fuck.
Ooh. I love when people
I like
get to
some
come
nice. But what happened to like dudes like the Dane Cooks? What happened to them? They just fell off and that's it.
People got sick of Dan Cook, even though he's still funny, but you know.
Dude, I heard comedians like be like he's not a comedian. I don't get that.
Maybe
I
have a
don't-
stand up special.
Yeah, he definitely had a couple. The most famous one I know is the one where he has like the shocker like in the middle of the stage.
Yup.
He basically acts while he's doing stand up, and I think that's why they're saying that it's not stand up. But aren't they all?
But also too, he blew up during that era where like when MySpace was just popping, like people were doing like email chains type shit like that. Like
I thought he had funny ass bits. I thought like the bit he had about house parties.
I felt like he was funnier as an actor.
I don't know, man. Maybe, but like he had a bit about house parties, and he was just like everything in the house gets fucked up. Like weird things get like weird shit.
What was that from? Because I only remember him from the Waiting movie.
No, I'm talking about stand up.
Oh, stand up.
Yeah, he had a bit where he was talking about house parties and like just like random shit being destroyed in your house. Yeah. And he was like, he just acted out like this character, this drunk teenager or something. He's like, dude, is that the fridge door? I'm going to ride it. And he like acts like he's getting on the fridge door and like just breaks it off and shit. I don't know. He had like funny bits.
He just faded into the dust. There's a couple of them that faded into the dust.
I think he just got a lot of hate from fellow comedians and shit too.
Who else faded in the dust?
He was in a movie with Dennis Rodman.
Recently?
Dane Cook.
What the?
Or like in the last 5 years?
In the last probably 10 years. He's in a movie with Dennis Rodman. The movie is called Simon Says, where Dennis Rodman is playing almost like an action star type of guy. And it's in France. And Dane Cook is like his weird, funny, fuck up assistant guy who can still kind of also quote unquote fight. It's the craziest movie. And Dennis Rodman is playing like he's like a serious guy, you know, like one of them.
What?
Bro, I feel like I have to show you guys.
Is he a decent
now,
actor though?
Hell no.
Oh yeah,
the movie's terrible.
Oh, the movie's terrible. All right.
I'm gonna show you guys a clip, but
you
the shit
think
is
Shaq would have played the part better than Dennis Rodman?
I feel like it would have been funny if Shaq played it because he wouldn't have took himself so serious, you know.
Okay.
He's used to being like a genie and shit.
Now remember he was I thought he was in a couple Adam Sandler movies, like playing the funny part and shit. I think he was in the Parents, Grown Ups. That shit with Adam Sandler and Chris Rock. Like
he had like a little part.
Yeah, he had like a couple little parts.
Oh, I don't remember that. Yeah, fucking.
So what's good, fellas? One more update in life. Let me tell y'all real quick.
You got an update?
I hit Nye up with this because it happened recently, but to let Utah and the people know that job that I had is coming to an end.
Ooh.
Yeah, I put in my 2 weeks on Thursday because I was hired at another welding spot for a little more money and a different process of welding that's not so violent. It's TIG welding, and we're working on more shit than garbage cans, so it's gonna feel a bit more fulfilling. Granted, what I do appreciate about this job, no malice to him, that's why I'm not just dipping, because dudes just dip. They just like get a check and don't come back. Put in my 2 weeks, leave on good terms, and come back if I need to. That shit was just welding boot camp for me. All them hours, good money, but violent as fuck, burns all over my hands and neck and shit. So this shit we're working on at the new place.
Whatever happened with that little boss that you kept butting heads with?
They moved me to the remember I told you guys after that situation happened, they fucking fired the main guy, like the whole plant manager. They got him out of there and fired the wrong one. After they fired that dude, everybody fucking hated me. So it was a volatile environment because I went to HR that the nigga put hands on me because I'm like, well, I need to get a check out of this, so I need paperwork.
Yeah, because I kind of stopped thinking about it for a while.
Nah, they moved me to the Colombian side, which are smaller containers, because a lot of those guys are a lot shorter than me, and they can fit in the 2-yard and 3-yard containers. No
All the
problem.
nooks and crannies.
Yeah, if you ever seen like the small little dumpsters at like little stores or some shit.
Hang on. I don't think we can watch this through the
so
computer.
I don't think you guys are you're probably not gonna hear it, but you really don't gotta even hear it. You just gotta see it. You got to see this guy, Dennis. Like, it's just crazy shit, bro.
Well, let's take a look at him. I'm probably going to wind up watching the movie at some point just because I enjoy a good bad movie.
Well, wait, long story short. So I put the 2 weeks in the shit that I'm working on is aerospace equipment and nuclear reactor equipment.
That's what you're doing now?
Yeah.
You sound official
and
now.
And the shit is like mad pretty. Pretty
Just
ass
be like
welding shit.
Tell people that you work for NASA or something.
It's in Steventown, it's out in the country. The work seems like it's harder, but I mean, it's more bread, and they said unlimited overtime 7 days a week if I want. So I wouldn't do that.
I'm about to go to welding school over the winter or something. Have you put in some time there? Give me a good word. And
Right? That's what I was thinking about.
Jesus Christ, because I was always under the impression that welders didn't make that good of money because I knew a couple welders that just had the wrong jobs.
Yeah, I mean, close by, locally, like the jobs are shit in regards to like not shit in experience points, because whatever you do, you gain experience points no matter what. You could even like fabricate a little bit on your resume. A lot of people do. I was here a little bit longer, you know, gain your experience points to get your foot in the door, because some high paying jobs want you to have 3 to 5 years experience. I got 3 years in school damn near, and now I got boot camp at one job, so that just opened the door when I go to another job's welding test, because it's not like a sit down interview. Bring your gear, weld this shit, and this shit. We want to see how you do. So I did some MIG real quick, because that's all I do. And he was like, oh, this shit is beautiful. Now, how long has it been since you tigged? Nigga, the last time I tigged, which is another process of welding, was last year summer.
I wish you said it to him like that.
Yeah, but I said, no January, but Corona kind of fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And I just like
sell yourself.
I just fucked up a couple times. Like, oh, I'm not used to it. And then he just did it one time, and in that one time I watched him, I absorbed the fuck out of it and just went right next to him. Did this shit. He was like, oh shit, you can follow directions. Yeah, you hired, nigga. How much money you want? And then I said I want $2 more than I'm making at where I'm currently at, and they were like, I'll give you $1.50. I'm like, I bet that's still more than fucking.
Yeah, bro. It's the hustle.
Yeah.
American hustle. Good for you.
Yeah,
so you
man.
can't. This is really Kiefer's week. He came with some horrible news and he came with some really good news.
Yeah,
Right.
It was a decent week for sure.
Everything, all things considered, like got a $1.50 raise. Shit my pants. Like the math on that is like, yeah, it was
Ups
still
and
good.
downs.
New job on the 20th.
That's crazy.
Cool, man. Good for you. For me, my update, I feel like 9 a couple months ago. No updates. Been going to work, coming home, trying not to fucking lose my mind in the monotony and the depression that comes over you when you just do the same thing every day.
That's why I had to mix it up last night. I know it was impulsive, but I was like, when he gave it to me, I was just like, it's different. Something different.
Might as well.
Yup. And then you got
Sometimes you gotta stir the pot.
and you got the girl putting gas in the tank. Like, are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? We gonna do it? God damn! All right, we gonna do it. And she's thinking, hold up, she's thinking the shit was like tabs. Remember, she like took the small shit, right? So
Yeah.
she's thinking if she takes too small of like a little rock of the shit, it's not gonna work. So she took like some shit like this big, little. I want to say 3/4 the size of a dime in height,
Right.
in height. So like a pretty decent chunk.
Yeah,
to give you an idea. And she was
That's not good drug science.
nah.
It's like the only
20
drug.
minutes later, she's like, oh. And then we were both just sitting on the couch, and I chain smoked mad blunts, and yeah, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Just rambled for hours. And
I'm surprised that you guys sat around just talking, but that's probably just how strong the shit was. For real. But on my update, nothing really during the week. I ordered a camera for us, for myself, but also for us, so I can be our photographer and our video guy.
This is gonna be very monumental.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be able to during shows be snapping these shots, the shots that I want, like, you know. So but yeah, that's gonna be good. So when that comes in, that's gonna be big men things. But also, man, my last night, dude, I spent last night watching fights because thank you, baby Jesus, or baby Dana White. He was able to do it. NBA, MLB, FIFA.
Is that his nickname, Baby Jesus?
No, it's not his nickname. You just calling him that. But like FIFA, listen, every other sport, they couldn't do it. But the UFC was able to do it and make it happen safely. No crowd. It was nice and quiet. It was actually weirdly, eerily quiet. But hey, there were still great fights. There were still great knockouts. There were still amazing. It was an amazing night of fights, and I was so happy. I felt like a fucking crack addict. Finally getting a fix.
So do I right now.
I was watching it all night. Listen, I watched from the first.
Kiefer said, "So do I."
I was watching from the first fight all the way to the last, right, all the way to past midnight and shit. But the main event fight, I'll talk about that one real quick. You know, everybody knows Tony Ferguson. Everybody knows Justin Gaethje. They had to fight, and man, did fucking Gaethje put it on him.
Yeah, I just watched it before. Like they had like an illegal fucking YouTube video up, and I watched it before we got going. It was fun, man. Gaethje bangs. That fool loves to fight.
And he was like happy about
show me
it.
the highlights.
No, well, we have like the fight is on YouTube still for now. It's like a little zoomed in and a little fucked up looking because they're trying to fly under the radar, but
Yeah.
it was still fun to watch. It was crazy. I mean, just talking about like how they made it work though. Fucking, they even had all the announcers sitting in different corners around the place to like comply with the.
With the 6 foot social
everybody,
Yeah, the social
it was like
distancing.
everybody besides
Drew a
the
blank there.
ring girl, the referee, and the two fighters had a mask on in the building. Like the cut men had masks on, the corner men had masks on, the reporters, and all the reporters were sitting like two to a table, but like sitting at the very far ends of these long ass tables.
Yeah.
So like one here, one all the way at that end. Then
How many
space,
people were
next one.
attended? More than 100 or less?
I mean, probably definitely less than 100, but they were they're in an arena and they're all spaced out through this big ass arena.
Yeah.
So like you got room to space out people in there, you know. But it was crazy.
That's a weird time to like win a belt too. It's like
During
you
the
won
virus.
it. Yeah, you won it during like the pandemic. There was no crowd.
Think about how much stronger like that makes you though. Like through
You don't need a crowd to hype him up.
through all the adversity, all the shit going on in the world, you can barely even really train.
It's gonna sound really cool 20 years from now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Americans were dropping like flies.
During the pandemic,
I became a champion.
that ass, and you beat the boogeyman.
Yeah.
You beat you beat the guy and
Somebody
made him look.
slayed the boogeyman.
It's like you made him look like the guys that he fights. Like he makes guys look terrible, and you made him look like that.
Well,
like,
how old is he now?
Tony's 36.
Yeah.
But I
He's
mean-
been fighting for a hot minute.
You got people that are fucking 40 still banging.
Winning?
Yeah,
Consistently?
DC is 41.
Oh, shit. I didn't know he was 41.
Yeah, DC just lost his last fight, and he was undefeated before that.
That 40
but he still has his dad bod.
Yeah, he's still going with it strong. He's a beast though. But yeah, yo, it was crazy. It was kind of sad to see my guy lose. It is what it is though. You
But
know,
it's
that's
exciting. I mean, like when you like both the guys, it's a weird feeling because it's like exciting to see Gaethje
I love watching Gaethje fight.
get fucking like that nice like crown jewel.
Imagine,
You know what I mean, it's like that's a nice topping to his career right now.
Imagine he does that though to Khabib though, just banging, keeping him standing, stopping the takedown, and just banging his head off.
Can Khabib stand tall with a striker like that?
I mean, I feel like if he can't get the takedown and he has to stay standing, me personally, I feel Khabib's not gonna be able to just stay in the pocket and bang. And Gaethje loves it.
I was just gonna say you're entering like home field advantage. Like this is what I do, motherfucker.
Come in. He's
Yeah,
inviting
like
him in.
I just did this with Tony Ferguson.
And whooped his ass.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that would be interesting. That's exactly what I said. Was like if he can defend the takedown, then I think Gaethje's gonna whoop on him. I think he's gonna knock his ass out.
That's a fact. Because he was hurting Tony with shots we've never seen Tony hurt with, and so it's like
we've never seen him.
We never seen Khabib hurt. So
they didn't go the distance.
Boom.
The ref came in and said, "I've seen enough.
I've seen too much, yo.
I've seen too much.
This is it. It's over.
You know what I mean? So it's not even like he went the distance with him. He beat him up so bad that people were like, "This is bad." We're actually worried about this.
He's gonna kill him. Pretty much.
Yeah, man.
Tony was ready to just keep fighting.
Yeah, I don't think he would ever stop. Like, he's one of those guys that, like you said before, would just die in the ring.
You got to kill him. You got to put him to sleep. You got to put him out. Like, there's no like, he's not gonna quit unless the ref comes in or you put him out. He's gonna just keep coming. That's what you see. It's like the whole time, every time he got hit with a big left hand, boom, he would just stumble a little bit and then just keep coming forward.
Yeah, I mean, even the last punch when they stopped it, he was shaking his head a lot. Like, I mean, he looked like a dog that just got skunked when that punch hit him. He was just like, like his face was all twisted up and he was just shaking a lot. Like,
trying to bounce side to side.
He looked like he just really, I don't know if it broke his nose. It was just a straight. You know, he caught him with like a sweet jab, and that was like the last punch that Herb Dean had to see to call it. And he was like stumbling backwards, shaking it off, and then started like trying to like regather himself to go back in and fight. Like, you could tell he was just resetting to just fight more.
He was just gonna keep taking that ass whooping.
So they had to do it.
Yeah, good for his health. It's sad that we're not gonna see that Tony Khabib fight. You know, we thought fifth time was a charm, but the coronavirus said nope, you're never gonna get that. So now we're gonna see Gaethje, Khabib, and that's gonna be amazing.
I'm still down for that too.
Hell yeah.
Starting to get what Random Bowl's about.